Modern sports programs track every visible metric available, from radar velocities and physical rep counts to game film and the final numbers on the scoreboard. But the actual factors that dictate those physical outcomes, anxiety, mental fatigue, focus, and confidence, are completely invisible to a traditional stat sheet. Relying strictly on physical data means coaching staffs are merely reacting to the final outcome. They are operating completely blind to the cause. Every athlete runs on a human operating system. It is a complex, holistic network of mental, emotional, and behavioral states that ultimately produce the physical result. When leaders ignore this internal system, athletes hold their struggles in. Coaches are forced to rely on guesswork, and by the time burnout or poor execution surfaces in competition, it is far too late to fix it. It comes down to a simple, unyielding truth. Leaders cannot predict, guide, or effectively develop what they refuse to systematically measure. myPerforma is the performance intelligence platform engineered to capture this hidden layer. It measures the exact mental and behavioral variables sitting right behind the scoreboard. After every practice or game, athletes complete short, structured reflections. The system takes their subjective internal experiences and translates them into concrete, usable numbers. This replaces philosophical guesswork with a systematic record of the athlete's internal state. It gives coaches a consistent point of reference built on the athlete's own perspective. The platform embeds directly into an athlete's daily routine, starting before they ever step onto the field. They log a quick wellness check-in, tracking physiological baseline limitations like sleep quality, stress levels, and daily fatigue. Following a training session, athletes log a post-practice reflection. By rating their specific energy and effort levels, the platform tracks the actual intent and cognitive engagement of the practice, rather than just the physical volume. Right before a game, athletes prime their mindset. They submit specific mental, physical, and performance goals to actively filter out distractions and lock in their competitive focus. Closing this daily loop shifts an entire athletic program. Instead of scrambling to repair yesterday's mistakes, the organization systematically engineers tomorrow's readiness. The core of the platform is the Mindset Performance Indicator, or MPI. Completed directly after a game, it is a strict diagnostic tool that forces precision. Athletes grade their individual and team performance on a strict 1 to 7 scale, stripping away the safe middle ground and forcing total accountability. Next, they move to the behavioral layer. Here, athletes must explicitly select the specific offensive and defensive actions that drove their success or exposed their weaknesses. By structurally pairing an athlete's psychological state with a concrete physical outcome, the MPI links the mind directly to the execution. This chart visualizes how those isolated daily responses aggregate. Over time, raw text and individual ratings transform into a multivariable trend line, revealing the clear correlation between an athlete's reported preparation habits and their subsequent game day confidence.
Distinct, predictable patterns emerge. The data shows exactly when a player's focus dips after away games, or how poor sleep correlates with a complete collapse in emotional control. Converting narrative reflection into hard quantitative data allows coaching staffs to work from visible trends rather than emotional instinct. Instead of yelling at a struggling player to simply focus more, coaches now have the tools to deploy hyper-specific, data-backed interventions. A coach can pull up the analytics and identify that a player's defensive rebounding consistently drops in the second half of back-to-back games, allowing them to instantly address the player's recovery routine. Removing emotion and guesswork from the conversation builds immediate trust between the player and the staff. It turns defensive criticism into active development. This area chart tracks an athlete's growth trajectory over an extended timeline. Compiling years of MPI data creates a permanent mindset history, logging the player's psychological evolution and performance consistency across their entire career. This deep archive of longitudinal intelligence directly serves the enterprise level. It builds detailed recruiting profiles, strengthens NIL positioning, and ensures the athletic department retains its institutional memory, even during staff turnovers. While a single reflection diagnoses a bad week, a multi-year dataset provides to keep a career on track. All of this individual data flows upward into Performa Pulse. This is the macro-level executive dashboard designed for program leaders to monitor the overall health of the entire organization. Pulse aggregates the daily metrics,
instantly exposing unit-wide vulnerabilities. If an entire position group logs a sudden drop in their practice preparation, the dashboard isolates the unit, flashing an immediate warning to the coaching staff. This serves as an organizational radar system. It identifies quiet fractures in culture and team buy-in, long before those fractures manifest as a loss. In a live mid-season workflow, a head coach can review the Pulse dashboard on a Monday morning, identify a severe drop in the team's mental readiness, and trace the vulnerability directly to the defensive line. Armed with that specific insight, the positional coach executes a targeted one-on-one intervention by Thursday, explicitly adjusting the defensive line's mental workload to protect their physical capacity for Friday night. Vague concepts like team culture and accountability are no longer abstract ideas. They become predictable, systemized processes, managed clearly every single week. The result is a culture where athletes are more attuned to their own mental drivers, and coaches finally have the specific, reliable data points needed to keep individual development completely aligned with team goals. The program operates with a resilient, data-driven culture, ensuring that raw physical talent is not just maintained, but consistently pushed to its maximum potential. True competitive advantage is never found purely in physical repetition. It is engineered in the invisible spaces, long before the event begins. Measure the mind. Master the performance. myPerforma.